Yo, it's your boy The Purist and we're here to talk boxing. Andy Ruiz becomes the unified heavyweight champion of the world and the first Mexican heavyweight champion by knocking out Anthony Joshua in the 7th round of their contest. I'm going to be talking about Joshua and the title of this video a little later, but first you have to give props and respect to the new champion. Andy Ruiz was heavily underestimated by most of the public. Even the people in boxing who respected him, most of them still didn't even pick him to win. So the fact that he got it done is big respect to him for his accomplishment, what he's done for his family, for his country, for his people, and he's created a big shockwave in boxing. He's going to go down in boxing history. He pretty much is a Mexican legend already, just after that one big win. He lost to Joseph Parker away on the road for the heavyweight title. Parker goes and loses to Joshua. He has a few nondescript opponents. He doesn't really do much, but as soon as the opportunity came for this fight, he took it. People like Luis Ortiz, Karnaki, others, they kind of rumbled. Ruiz said this is a big opportunity, it's for all the belts, and he took it, and now look where he is. This is a big step for his family. In the press conference, I think it was, he said to his mom, we don't have to struggle anymore, and that was so touching. Like, his whole life has changed. Even with the fight, he was probably earning about 5-6 million on his own, but now going forward in the rematch he's going to earn a lot more, and even if he loses a rematch, his cachet just gone through the roof. Now all the heavyweight title belts belong to PBC, so it's done a good thing for America as well. Them guys are happy, the Joshua haters are happy, and everything goes like that. But I'm going to talk about this whole fight card on the Purist podcast. I know I haven't been active on it, but we'll be doing it every week now, possibly twice a week. We'll see how it goes. You can hit the link in the description for that one, or you can go over on Instagram and hit the link in the bio for our second page, Purist Visuals. Make sure you follow that one as well. We'll be talking about Josh Kelly, Katie Taylor, the whole undercard, and what's going to be happening next weekend with Gennady Golovkin, just the whole host. Make sure you watch that, you don't want to miss it. Now on to Anthony Joshua. This card was supposed to be the Anthony Joshua show, his breakout into America, his headlining Madison Square Garden, one of the biggest venues in boxing history, especially for heavyweights. He was training out in Miami for this fight. Many people leading up to the fight were wondering, is he taking it serious? Is he underestimating Andy Ruiz like the rest of us were? In sparring, he looked like he had bruises on his face. Coming into the weigh-in, he looked so relaxed. People were asking, is he overly relaxed? In the interview, something that struck me was he said, I need to get a knockout, he needs to be spectacular. Normally Joshua says if the knockout comes, it comes. Or that he doesn't really look for the knockout, you know, things of that nature, just giving the PC nice boy replies that he normally gives. But this time he said, I'm going for the knockout, it has to be spectacular. And that was because what Wilder did to Brazil was still in his head. He was thinking he needs to get a one-up on him, and I don't think his head was really in the game. And I'm not trying to make excuses, I'm just giving my observations. On fight night, when Ruiz walked out and it was Joshua's turn, he even took a little minute as well. He wasn't ready, and it was just certain off things. I just had that feeling throughout that something weird's gonna happen tonight. And then when he's walking out to the ring, he looked different. The way he was biting his mouth guard, pandering to the crowd. And let's talk about the fight. In the first round, I haven't watched it back, I'll be honest, but watching it live, I felt Joshua just keeping on the back foot, keeping it at a distance, similar to what Parker did through like rounds 3 to 9. He just kept it at a distance where Ruiz isn't the best at cutting off the ring, so you can keep him far away. The problem was he wasn't popping his jab enough, and that's a problem he's had against Povetkin, against Takam, and many other opponents. If you're a heavyweight, you're 6'6", you have height and reach, and you have good speed and power. You need to use your good jab. It's just the basic fundamentals. Me, I'm biased towards a jab. I believe it sets the table, and then you can eat with the right hand and the left hook. Shout out to Teddy Atlas for that one. But yeah, you need to just have that jab. It sets up everything you do. Helps you control range, control distance, control tempo. It's a scoring fight. I don't know why people don't utilize the jab much more. So with no jab, it was pretty much just pot shotting each other, just here and there, having little small moments. In the second round, Joshua hit him with a right hand and a left hook. That's about all I remember from the round, and that's why I scored it to Joshua as well. And I thought to myself, okay, next round, Joshua's getting a bit more into it, and then the next round's going to catch him, and it's probably going to drop him. And then that's exactly what happened in the third round. He catches him, hits him with a nice uppercut and then a left hook, and Ruiz went down. he looked a bit shell-shocked. He didn't expect it, and I think he was a bit shocked by the power as well. And then when Ruiz got up, the commentators even said Anthony Joshua is one of the best finishers in the game. He doesn't rush his work. He's going to be composed and get him out of there. He did the exact opposite of that. He went in recklessly. He got hit with a left hook, I think on the temple, but he continued to throw punches. He didn't care, and his head was straight in the middle, in the pocket, and then Ruiz clocked him again, and then he was down. He did not recover from that punch. One thing I remember from the Klitschko fight is, post-fight, Anthony Joshua was punch drunk. Like, he was concussed. He wasn't in the right frame of mind. He was sort of tipsy, yeah. So when Ruiz hit him, his legs did a funny dance. It was almost Amir Khan-esque, and then he went down. He got back up. His survival instincts are zero. He doesn't really know how to hold on, how to move, how to pop a jab, how to feint, those sort of things. When you're in trouble, you need to learn those things. He doesn't do any of it. When he's in trouble, his defense is completely terrible. You can just get to him. Andy Ruiz is picking his spots, waiting, and then he drops him again. Lucky for Joshua, that was the end of the round, and then he had time to recover. One thing I forgot to mention was, in between rounds of the first and the second, Joshua was quite disrespectful. He seemed like he was taking it easy again. Like it was just, everything was so casual. The questions he was asking, even after he got dropped, he asked, "What did he hit me with?" And he even asked his trainer, "Why am I feeling like this?" From those moments, you get it's a bit of a weird one. So he gets back out there. Even the DAZN commentator said Andy Ruiz is sort of giving these rounds away. Joshua was visibly hurt. He was visibly tired, and he wasn't the same Joshua that we've seen. And he sort of won a couple of those rounds, just basically by staying away and not engaging. But I think the 6th round, Andy Ruiz hit Joshua with a right hand to the body, and you can see Joshua wince. His hands went down, he sort of stepped back, and then from then I knew it was over. Ruiz walked him down, gave him a jab to the chest, and then Joshua almost fell backwards again. Like, his legs were not beneath him, he had nothing about him anymore. The next round he comes out, it's like he hit Ruiz, and Ruiz was kind of wobbled, and then as soon as he saw that, he went reckless again. Gets hit, gets dropped. Simple as that. You can't be reckless against fighters of this caliber who are that good on the inside, that strong, especially when you yourself are not 100%. He gets up, he is still wobbly, but he hits Ruiz again somehow. Ruiz looks hurt. Joshua again tries to go for the kill, and then Ruiz deals with him accordingly. Okay, now Joshua gets up. He is very tired. He doesn't look like he wants to be in there. He gets up, he goes to the corner. He does look a bit punch drunk again because his legs are a bit wobbly and everything. The referee's talking to him, and Joshua's saying, "Yeah, I'm okay, I'm okay." The referee says, "Step forward." Joshua doesn't do that. The referee's saying, "Put your hands up." Joshua doesn't do that. You can't just stand in the corner like this and expect the referee just to allow the fight to go on like nothing happened. You've been dropped 4 times. You look like you're punch drunk. You have to do everything you can to show the referee you want to fight. You see most boxers, they'll have their hands up. They'll be jumping around on the spot. They'll be running, just trying to show the referee something. To show them, "I'm here. I'm mentally aware, my body's ready." Joshua did none of that, just laying on the ropes so casually. You're not doing your best to convince the referee you can continue. I think the reason he didn't do everything he wanted to make the ref think he wanted to continue is because he didn't want to continue. He wanted out of there. He did not want any part of Ruiz from there. He knew he was going to get stopped. Even Ruiz said it was going to be a brutal stoppage if the referee didn't stop it. And even from the referee's perspective, he's thinking, if I let him go back out, he's just going to get flattened. So personally, I do believe Anthony Joshua quit in the fight, and you can say maybe he didn't quit in the corner, but he had quit mentally. Mentally, when you've quit, that's it. When you don't think you can win, that's the end of it. For example, Mikey Garcia against Errol Spence, he made it to the end as a moral victory. So that means in his head, he already quit winning the fight. Joshua had quit winning the fight and even wanting to be there. He knew he was going to get knocked out. So it's even worse than that. He quit, and that's just how I see it. Many people are comparing this to Siem Rahman versus Lennox Lewis or the Oliver McCall, and that's completely wrong. For one reason and one reason, no, actually for 2 reasons. Let me give you 2. One, Andy Ruiz is a top contender. I'm not saying he's one of the higher top 10 guys, but we knew he was a dangerous fighter, but Anthony Joshua should deal with him. So although it was an upset, it was an upset that you could sort of see coming. The Siem Rahmans, the Oliver McCall, the Buster Douglases of the world, we did not see that coming at all. Those fights, they should not have lost. Lennox Lewis at his best, for those guys at their best, there's only one winner. Anthony Joshua at his best versus Andy Ruiz at his best. It's still a competitive fight. So that's one reason it's not like that. And another reason is Joshua got dog walked. He got dropped 4 times. He had chances to recover and keep going, and he messed them all up. He got beaten up and he looked pathetic. The way he was moving around the ring, like he was covering up and just getting brutalized at times by Andy Ruiz. It was quite pathetic. So that's the biggest difference. It's one thing to go for shock, flash knockout Another thing to get dog walked by a 6'2" chubby guy is just the visuals. I'm not trying to disrespect Andy Ruiz, but the visuals just make it look very bad. And he got dog walked, he got beaten up, and he quit. So you cannot compare the two at all. It's very different. Although they are all upsets, this one is probably the worst one because of how it looked, how it played out, and the fact that it was an opponent that you should be looking for. How do I see the rematch going? You're gonna have to stay tuned and watch the podcast. We'll be talking about that there. We'll talk about, as I said, the Golovkin fight, the undercard, what's gonna happen moving forward, what it means for Matchroom, Joshua, all of that good stuff. So stay tuned for that, and you'll be able to access all our other stuff. It's for $1 a month. You get access to the report cards, the weekly topics, the weekly podcast, the historical posts, all the good stuff. You just have to pay $1 a month. Link is in the description. Anyways, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. See you next time.
It's begun.